Hello and salam everyone. Welcome back to another vlog. I hope you're all doing well. Alhamdulillah, we're doing very well, thank you. And if you're new here, hello. My name is Shazia and I'm a married stay-at-home mum of two. I make daily vlogs about my life, my kids, cooking and everything else in between really. And I'd really love if you could subscribe and help our little YouTube family grow. So today we started our day with some breakfast as usual, and today I'm making French toast. I just mixed together some eggs, milk and sugar. Now I'm just dipping in some bread and putting it onto the fry pan. We had lots of this bread left over. It's the kids' milk bread, and Hubsy goes crazy and he bought 2 loaves and we needed to finish it before the date went out, so I just made lots of French toast. It is a heavy breakfast, but once in a while it's okay, I suppose. And the kids enjoyed this too, so that was a bonus because usually they're a bit picky for breakfast. And this is what all our French toast ended up looking like. And I cannot start the day without a cup of tea, so here I'm making a nice hot cup of tea with lots of sugar because I need that extra energy boost because I'm so lazy. No, I'm just tired all the time. I'm a mom. Come on, give me a break now. And then after breakfast, before Sanaya brushed her hair or changed her clothes or anything, she had a bit of a mess around with her dad. She was playing peekaboo with his hat, and there's me in the background preparing to make some lunch. And for lunch, I made some prawn buna. So here I'm just putting some oil into a pan. Into the oil will go some bay leaves and sliced onions. This is 1 sliced onion, and I'm just giving that a quick mix, and I'm gonna add salt to taste. You can always add more later, so don't go crazy at the moment. And you're just gonna fry that until it changes color slightly. Now it's starting to soften and change color. Make sure you do not leave it for too long because it will start catching and then you'll have to start all over again, which is not very nice. And I added a teaspoon of ginger and garlic paste. And then it's time for the spices. So 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1/2 teaspoon of coriander powder, 1/2 teaspoon of curry powder, which is optional, and chili powder to taste, so as much as you like. We like our buna a bit spicy, so I added a bit extra, but if you don't, then just add less. And then I'm adding some water so the spices don't burn, because they will if you don't. Give that a mix again. And once the oil starts coming to the top, you can add a little bit more water because you don't want it to burn once again. Give it another mix, pop the lid on, let the oil come to the top again, and that's when you know your spices have cooked. And then in go the prawns. These are just little prawns that I found at the supermarket. They've still got the shell on because the shell give a nice seafoody flavor, I suppose. And then in go some chilies, as many as you like. Pop the lid on, let that cook for about 5 minutes. Prawns don't take long to cook at all, so you don't need to boil them for ages. Then in goes some water. Put the heat on high, let that bubble. Once it's bubbled, give it a mix and then pop the lid on. Let that cook for another 3 minutes, I would say. Then in goes some yogurt, and this yogurt is just natural yogurt that I bought from Lidl, I think. It's not the low fat kind, it's the full fat, and it just helps to thicken the sauce, which is very nice. Let that boil, pop the lid on, and then you'll see the oil start coming to the top, and that's when you know your curry is ready. And this is what it ended up looking like. It was very nice. After I cooked that, I went in to see what Noah was doing because he was extremely quiet, and mashallah, he was playing by himself, and his dad was just recording him because he's so good. He plays by himself and he doesn't trouble anybody. He doesn't ask for loads of attention. He doesn't need lots of different toys. Whatever you give him, he's happy with. Mashallah. Anyway, after I checked on what Noah was doing, I did go back to the kitchen and cook the second curry. And the second curry was Ilish egg and potato curry. So I've just put some oil into a pan. In goes an onion, just one small onion, and salt to taste. Mix that together, fry it. Obviously I didn't do a very good job with my chopping skills today, but it's okay. Once it starts to change color, just add in a teaspoon of ginger and garlic paste. Give that a mix and let that fry. And then add some water, because you want the onions to soften slightly before you add in the spices. Pop the lid on and let the oil separate and the onions soften. Once the onions have softened and changed color, we're going to add in our spices. And for the spices, you'll need half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, half a teaspoon of coriander powder, half a teaspoon of curry powder, which is optional again, and chili powder to taste, as much as you can handle. Give that a mix, fry that together, and then you're going to add water again, just so it doesn't burn, because they burn very quickly if there's not enough moisture in the pan. Give that a good mix. Then with the potato mash, I'm just helping the onions break down a little bit, because you don't want massive chunks of onion. Or you could if you like it, but I prefer not to. And then let that cook for about 2 minutes, and after 2 minutes you're going to add in some potatoes. Give that a mix. I add extra potato because I pick the potato out of the curry and leave the fish eggs, because I don't quite like them that much, but Hubsy does. That's why I cook them together. And then in goes enough water to make your sauce, so as much as you like. And in goes chilies, as many as you like. Let that come up to a rolling boil. Pop the lid on and then check how far along the potatoes have cooked. Once they're practically fully cooked, you're going to add in the fish egg. Now what I did to this fish egg was I boiled it in some water with some turmeric and salt, and then just cut it up. Let that come up to a boil and your curry is ready. After lunch, the kids thought they'd have a bit of a play, and their dad was trying to take a nap, but as you can see, Sanaya is using him as a human slide and Noah's just confused as to what is going on. So that's the end of today's vlog, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next one. And please remember to subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on the notification bell and hit that like button as well, because it really means a lot. Bye bye. Assalamu alaikum.